They're closing this hospital down soon. Ain't got the cash to go on. What they save on my wages, they'll be spending on bombs. 3 generations we've worked here, caring for the sick and the poor. And now you're asking me whose side I'm on in your unholy war. It will never be over while there are still men who fight. They're all just soldiers of fortune now. They're paid to believe that it's right. In life there's that many choices. It's the only way out of this town. But the bravest man I ever knew was the man who sat down and said no. There was a baby boy born here today. His mama, she just holds him and cries. She never knew that she'd look again into that pair of blue eyes. For just like his own daddy before him, her man went to defend the right of the rich to rule over the poor man, and the black man to be ruled by the white. It will never be over while there are still men who fight. And they're just soldiers of fortune now. They're paid to believe that it's right. And it ain't like they've that many choices. It's the only way out of this town. But the bravest man I ever knew was the man who sat down and said no. They brought a man off the streets today, his mind all tattered and torn. He won't go back to his wife and his children to let them see what he has become. But the overdose, it didn't quite kill him. The dose weighs stronger in Iraq. 2 or 3 days he'll be back out on the streets, begging for solace and smack. The war will never be over while there are still men who fight. They're all just soldiers of fortune now. They're paid to believe that it's right. But it ain't like there's that many choices. It's the only way out of this town. But the bravest man I ever knew was the man who sat down and said no. There was an old man who died here today, 60 years since he came home from the war. He never stopped fighting and never knew what he was fighting for. Till the last he dreamed of his comrades, whose lives he could maybe have saved. And he dreamed of the eyes of the children whose fathers he sent to their graves. The war will never be over while there are still men who'll fight. They're all just soldiers of fortune now. They're paid to believe that it's right. And it ain't like there's that many choices. It's the only way out of this town. But the bravest man I ever knew was the man who sat down and said no.